Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another important video to know how to apply for a 5-year multiple entry Schengen visa. Now Schengen visa can be very complicated for most of our Indian travelers because of the documentation that has been requested and the recent highest rate of rejection failures. So in this video I'll talk about who is eligible, what are the documents required, and what is that one important document that you need to carry when you're going to submit your documents to VFS. So without wasting any time, as you can see on my screen, 98% of you who are regularly watching my content, who are regularly watching my videos are non-subscribers, guys. So please hit the subscribe button and support my channel. So first of all, guys, when we talk about Schengen visa, it's not that only tourists and travel enthusiasts like you and me are eligible for this 5-year multiple entry Schengen visas. Now this 5-year entry multiple entry Schengen visas can also be obtained by frequent business travelers and for the people whose family members are staying in European Union, and of course travel enthusiasts like you and me. So 5-year multiple entry visa is available for all these three categories, provided the next point which I'm talking about is eligibility. Now eligibility for this 5-year multi-entry Schengen visa plays a huge role and depends on various factors. The first and the foremost criteria is you must have visited at least 2 times in the last 2 years when it comes to obtaining Schengen visas and going to Europe itself. Now there is a lot of ifs and buts in this previous statement that I just said. One thing is, now if you have obtained a visa through France or you have obtained a visa through Germany, then you must have at least had one entry or exit point in one of these countries that you visited. For example, in my example, I got Norwegian visa, that is visa through Norway, and I went from Bangalore to Oslo, which is capital of Norway, via Dubai. So my first port of entry in Dubai was Oslo, that is the capital of Norway. So I am good. So when coming back, I came through Germany, but still either entry or exit stamp should be there in the country that you applied visa for, and it's very important for you to obtain 5-year multi-entry visa. Got it, guys? And the second thing is, the second most important thing a lot of people forget is, if you have provided 6 to 8 countries of itinerary in your day-to-day itinerary when you submit to VFS, ensure you show some kind of proof for your internal travel bookings. Now apps like Flixbus is very good when you want to book a bus ticket and later you can cancel within 24 hours and you can get a full refund. It's just like how we book Redbus or in Make My Trip, etc. So Flixbus is one of the most important apps when it comes to booking buses in Europe. So you can book communication through Flixbus, you can show the ticket to them, and later, of course, when you get the visa, you can change your plans or you can cancel, where you get full refund. And Schengen rule book clearly says that you can produce dummy flight bookings and dummy bookings until you get your visa, because everybody knows to get a Schengen visa for Indian passport holders is very tough. So if you book confirmed flight tickets and if your visa gets rejected, there is a lot of pain that you have to suffer in terms of losing out. People have lost over 3 lakhs, 6 lakhs and up to 10 lakhs being overconfident of getting Schengen visa, producing on confirming all the proper bookings, and then end up your visa being rejected. So you don't want to be in that situation. So use apps like Flixbus. And if you are taking a Euro Rail Pass, be very careful, guys. See whether that Euro Rail Pass can be refunded or not, and then go ahead with your bookings. But in my opinion, if you want to just show commute by flights, you can just show that, guys. There's no problem. I've made a dedicated video on how to book dummy tickets. You can just refer that. That will give you proper information. And the second and the third most important thing is, whenever you're going to submit your documents, please ensure and write it clearly in your cover letter, which is another very important document, and mention you got Schengen visa for so and so years and so times, and then you went to those countries, you exited from that country, and what is your visa numbers and what is the port of entry. You have to mention properly in the cover letter. Like I've said many times, guys, I've had the pleasure of preparing cover letters to more than 100+ people in the last 3-4 months, and all of them or most of them a few people haven't responded to me back whether they've got their visas, or few of them are yet to respond. They've got their visas, Schengen visas, Japan visas, Turkey visas, or any kind of visa, Egypt visa, etc. So cover letter plays a huge role. It's like the CV of your Schengen visa profile. So do contact me on Instagram if you need cover letter. I'll prepare it to you for a very reasonable cost. And the next document, this document I want to talk more and more, is because this is actually a very important, a lot of people neglect, and if you're going through visa agents, this specification of this document is heavily neglected, that is travel insurance. Now travel insurance should be covered to all the 29 countries in Europe. Now as you know, Schengen zone has 29 countries now with the introduction of Romania. So 29 countries, one visa, you should be well prepared of having travel insurance which is covering all of these countries. So as you can see on my screen, not just about losing your passport or flight delay or medical emergency, travel insurance, full-fledged travel insurance is very handy when you talk about these points. You can pause my screen, look at this or take a screenshot this. Travel insurance is huge part, just like your cover letter when you're submitting your documentation to VFS. The next thing I want to stress upon is the bank balance. Now when I say bank balance, I usually when I'm applying for Schengen visa, for 15 days into 100 euros. Like that's how I kind of calculate, because that much amount should be there in your bank account. Like 15 days into 100 euros is around 1500 euros. 1500 euros comes up to around 1.4 or 1.5 lakhs, and that should ideally minimum be your bank balance. But if you ask me, when I applied for Schengen visa, I had a bank balance of 5 lakhs. Now many people ask me, how did you get a bank balance of 5 lakhs? If you don't have enough money, guys, take it from your friends or family members, put it in your bank account and then take your statement. When I say this, I don't advise you to put entire 5 lakhs in your bank account at a time and take the statement. Obviously that's going to lead to visa rejections. You cannot just deposit 5 lakhs, take the bank statement and withdraw those 5 lakhs and give it to your friend or family. That's not how it works. It should have a traditional transaction history. Now if it's your salary account, I always give my salary account. So if you have giving your 6 months statement of salary account, now you will get your salary and the salary will be gone to EMIs. You have a lot of commitments, but you can show the transaction history. Now suddenly if a large amount comes in also, you will not feel like there's something fishy about your account or you have added just for Schengen visa. So please remember, adding a bulk amount just before you taking the statement is really not advisable. You would want to probably split that amount and then add to your account day by day. Or if it's your salary account, you have nothing to worry about, guys. I added a lump sum amount to my salary bank account when I was taking the statement and then produced the statement. I got my Norway visa. Even though Norway is one of the toughest countries to get Schengen visa for Indian passport holders, I still ended up getting it, and it's purely about documentation. So the next points I want to stress about is the overall documentation. Now I'll tell you the step-by-step process, guys, to apply a 5-year multiple entry Schengen visa. Now let's take France as an example. So you just go to the portal, like I've made a dedicated video. You can just follow this video as I say and we can go through one by one. So first is filling the application form. Application form becomes very important. Fill the application form. Ensure after you fill the application form, it redirects to VFS Global and you take an appointment in VFS Global. When filling the form, it will ask, have you visited Europe before, or do you hold a Schengen visa currently or before? Click on yes, give your visa number. That would create enormous confidence and that becomes easy for you to get a Schengen visa. Remember, if you don't fill this and still have gone to Europe in the past 2 or 3 visits, that is not going to count. Remember, the eligibility is minimum 2 times in the last 2 years. If you've gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, then it is going to be more and more advantageous. So fill the application form. France, it is going to redirect to VFS Global, take the appointment, and once you book the appointment, carry all the documentation, physical copy to VFS, go to the VFS center, visit the VFS center, submit all your passports, old passport, very old passport, existing passport, all passports you have to submit it, then provide your biometrics, then you return home. Then I've made several videos on how to track your application in VFS Global, track your application in VFS Global, see where the status is, and then when you're giving your application, you have 2 options basically, one to choose holded location or one to courier to your home. Now I always choose hold at location because it is always safe. It is not only holding your Schengen visa, after all it is your Indian passport. So always choose hold at location rather than courier at your house. So once you get your Schengen visa, then you can cancel all your dummy bookings, basically as per Schengen rule book. Then you can book your actual flight bookings, actual hotel bookings. Then I've made several videos with credit cards also, guys. You can transfer your credit card points, miles into Accor, and then you can start traveling. So there's lots to do for you once you get your Schengen visa. It's very, very simple. Fee structure is going to be standard around 80 to 100 euros. That is depends on the country, but it's around 80 to 100 euros, and including VFS appointment, it will be around 2,500 to 3,000 rupees. All in all, it will be done between 10 to 12 or 13 or maximum 14,000 rupees, depending upon the country. Same thing if you go to visa agents, you're going to pay at least 20 to 30,000 rupees, considering the existing or current charges what I've observed recently. So just follow this video, guys. I've made several videos on this, and if you have got your Schengen visa 2 times in the last 2 years, do not hesitate to apply 5-year multi-entry visa and get a long-term visa. It'll enable you on your Indian passport to visit 50 to 60 plus countries with your Schengen visa. I hope this information is very, very helpful, guys. I'll catch you guys in my next video.